Look at that okra, 7-footer. So welcome. This is Thera Farms located in Brentwood, New York. We farm 20 acres of organic fruits and veggies, and we lease our land from the Sisters of St. Joseph. So this row, we always put apple blossom, dahlias, some zinnias, so it looks nice from the street. That's the crew. Oh, thank you. Got a little maze going on for the kids. So we do, you pick strawberries, blueberries, plums for fruit-wise, and then vegetables, really you pick anything. A lot of people love you pick vegetables, and who knew, but there are more and more immigrants that come to this country. They wind up living in inner cities or in Queens, in urban areas. They miss that connection back to going to a garden and picking something. And I couldn't believe it, but people love going to pick eggplants. These are day-neutral strawberries. We'll rip them out and put a fresh batch next year. To the right, that whole field was 30,000 onions. They're picked and sold. That's the last of our zucchini. So I remember, Emily, you guys remember when you were here, the stuff that you hit the baskets with? That's it. Not the center, but this stuff. And it actually keeps it relatively clean. And you can see, like, that's nice. And that's a healthy bed of arugula. This, we're gonna extend the blueberry field. This will all be the you pick blueberries. This spring. So those are 3-year-old plants. It should produce next year. That's my G with Sutton Ag fingers. That's all your Tilmor equipment out there. These should be fruit producing plum trees next year. This entire area is 220 acres in the middle of Brentwood. So when I was looking to expand my farm, and I called the Peconic Land Trust, and I said, you know, I'm looking for farmland in Western Suffolk because I live in Ronkonkoma. And they said we got some farmland in Brentwood. That was the first year the sisters decided to let people in. I'm like, what is farmland in Brentwood? This is Brentwood. It's like urban. There's no farmland here. And I came here and I saw the grounds. I'm like, you know what? There's farmland here. And this is what my wife does. And what they do, they grow a lot of food, and there's a sharing table for the people that can't afford to buy food. Whatever they grow, they put on a sharing table, and people can come take it. That's my shop with all sorts of equipment out there. And the reason why the nuns are doing this is the average age is 84, right? There's really no new nuns. So they're afraid that, that once they're no longer around, that this land's gonna be gobbled up by a developer. So by bringing agriculture into it, they're able to hold the open space. And this used to be all housing for the nuns. They used to be self-sufficient, but now they lease it out to different entities, preschool, after-school programs. So my 20-acre lease is 10 acres in the front where we just were, and I have 3 more plots back here I'll show you. And then there's 6 other farmers. There's Long Island Native Plant Initiative. They're a nonprofit, and they want to introduce native plants back to Long Island. There's Island Harvest, who grows food for donations. There's Red Fox Farm, is an 84-year-old guy that works harder than I do. Napolitano Family Farms, and I think that's it. So that big field in the front, that's gonna be cover crop next year. We're gonna let that rest, and I'm gonna plant this field up here. This field, we just seeded clover, cover crop, you know, winter rye, vetch. And next year, this field's gonna be planted. This is Red Fox. This is gonna be my watermelon patch for next year. Oh, Connor and Strong, that's the other 2 guys. So Strong Youth, Strong Farm, they're another farm enterprise that works with troubled youth to try to give them an avenue, something else to do after school. I don't know if that's the right way to say it. And then Connor back there, he has a 1/4 acre. That's Cassidy with Island Harvest, pulling the weeds out of a rototiller. How are you? And this is Island Harvest Food Bank. They grow food to donate. And they're trying to feed hungry people on Long Island. And somebody like Island Harvest, who their entire workforce is volunteers, would greatly benefit from that easy learning curve of a Tilmor. And this is Daniel Napolitano. They farm 2 acres, mixed fruits and veggies. And these are greenhouses. We got to change the plastic on them, and that's what we're in the middle of doing now. So this is the honey house. This was the barn the original barn for the Sisters of St. Joseph. They used to be self-sufficient. They used to have their own cows, store their own grain, and this was their original barn. And now they use it for their garden ministry. We have a gorgeous farm stand. It's open 7 days a week, 9:30 to 4:30, and everything comes out of these fields. We pick it, we wash it, and we sell it right here. We're able to keep our costs low because we have no transport costs. And our goal is to feed the neighborhood. It was never to grow food in Brentwood to sell it in Manhattan. It was about feeding the neighbors. They come out, they support us, they love it. It's the same people every weekend, which is fantastic. Oh, and here's the history of the Sisters' history. And this was our first year. And you can actually see how much of it we direct seed compared to what we transplant. So that's the tour of Thera Farms and the Sisters of St. Joseph. We work hard, we grow good food, and you can find this at 1705 Brentwood Road or Thera Farms on Facebook and Instagram.